That's a nice full crowd here today. Welcome everybody to the main stage. I hope you guys have had an amazing morning so far. Who woke up at silly o'clock to see if they can spot some wildlife? Yes. Did you see some wildlife? Yes, there was so much wildlife today. Saw a couple of otters, a couple of seals. Now, you guys were all over the ship. Most likely we were out on 3, out on 5, 6, 7, and most likely you also visited the crow's nest. In the crow's nest we had one of our rangers available there. So give a warm welcome to Chelsea, our park ranger.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ranger Chelsea. I had the pleasure of meeting some of you earlier today in the crow's nest. And before we go on talking about Glacier Bay, I just wanted to do a quick recap of what our day has been like. So here we are in Glacier Bay National Park. Early this morning, you entered down at the bottom. You came in and picked us up. Maybe some of you were aware of that, maybe some of you were still sleeping when that happened. We actually came out to meet you on our pilot boat called the Sirach, where we performed a controlled collision to get into the boat. Much like pirates, we climbed up that rope ladder, but we brought things instead of taking things away. We then continued on up the bay. We went all the way to the very tippy top, where we saw Marjorie Glacier in the Grand Pacific, and then we came back down to see the Lamplugh Glacier as well. We are currently heading south in the bay, and later on this afternoon we will be disembarking as well. So if you didn't happen to see us, you can wave goodbye to us this afternoon. We should be disembarking sometime around 4 p.m. So what did everybody see today? What sort of things did you see? Seals, otters, eagles. We saw a lot of calving up at Marjorie as well, yes? Yeah, so we saw a lot of wildlife, some plants and some animals as well. And when you're looking out at all of these plants and animals, you might be wondering, how did they get here? How do they live here? What exactly is it about this place that helps to sustain them? Well, each piece of an environment needs things for sustenance, right? And human beings are no different than that. Some of those things are really basic necessities, things like food and water and shelter. And some of us, myself included, might even need a cup of coffee to help sustain us through the afternoon until we get to dinner time. And we as people are really lucky to be living in this time and in this place, because all of our needs, all of our means of sustenance are very easily available for us. And this means that we have lots of time to start to think about other things, things that are more than basic, something maybe a complex sort of intangible thing that maybe, just maybe, helps to sustain us as well. In fact, these complex intangibles might be just as important to us as those basic necessities. So I want you to take a moment and think about yourselves, think about your day-to-day lives, and try to come up with an answer to the question, what is it that sustains you as a person? We're going to come back to that a little bit later. So of course, we know that as human beings, we are part of a large food web or ecological puzzle. And all of these different pieces of the puzzle interact with each other directly or indirectly. But sometimes we become accustomed to seeing the same things over and over again. We as humans get into a routine. And so in order to kind of break out of that routine, we pack up our bags and we travel, because we like to learn new things, we like to go new places. And sometimes when we travel, we come to these wild places because they offer us a really different perspective and a different opportunity to view the world than we get in our daily lives. And the place that you have come today, Glacier Bay National Park, is truly wild. Glacier Bay is composed of 3.3 million acres, most of which is federally designated wilderness area. There aren't that many hiking trails or roads found in this park, and the only ones are down south, right where you picked us up this morning, near Bartlett Cove. Now this is a huge piece of land, 3.3 million acres, about the size of the state of Connecticut. But despite the size of it, it is but one piece in a larger wilderness. In 1993, UNESCO designated this, along with 3 other parks, a World Heritage Site. So we are connected to Kootenai National Park, Wrangell St. Elias National Park, and Tatanshini-Alsek National Park, 2 of which are in Canada. This forms 24 million acres of wilderness area. And so while you're in the bay today, you might be farther away from any road than you will ever be in your life.